Hello everybody and welcome back to Dramatic Budgets. Today is my first weekly check-in, the first one I've ever done on camera. Again, I just want to say thank you to anybody that's subscribed to the channel. I think I'm about 26 subscribers now, which is amazing. And I've had a lot of lovely comments from people. So I really hope that you like this video as much as you did the others. Today's my first check-in that I've ever done on camera. I've tried to start afresh from the beginning of August budget and kind of forget everything that's kind of gone before. So I have overspent, spoiler alert. There has been some unbudgeted spends. There has been bits taken from different places to try and stay in budget, which is new for me because, to be fair, if I didn't have enough money in my wallet for food, for example, I would have just paid it on my credit card, I'll be honest. If there is any noise, I apologise. It is quite a warm evening here. I'm in my kitchen, and so my back door is open and I do have two dogs with me, so I'm hoping that I can get through this without too much barking and screaming and noise. So if there is noise, then I apologise. These are what is left in these 3 envelopes. Excuse me. Just take a drink. These are what are left from my weekly envelopes. I have gone wrong somewhere, which you'll see throughout the budget, and I don't really understand where. But we will see whether you can find it, because I certainly can't. I have got the lovely She's on a Budget planner, which I have been using since the beginning of the year. Got a few stickers and things in here. So my August budget actually started on payday, which is the 28th of July, and it will run up to when I get paid again, so sort of like the 20 it's actually the 25th of August. I think I've written 26 on everything else, but yeah, so around about there, whichever day is the Friday, I can't work it out now. So that's the way it'll work it. I've done my weekly budget and I do have a few goals and things. I'll just move these envelopes to one side for now, and just so I can pull this a little bit more in the middle. So the only goal I've got this month is to try and have 14 no spend days. I'm not expecting this to happen, but you know, everybody's gonna have a dream. So that's it. I had my key dates, so things like my best friend's anniversary was on the 1st, so that was on there. When friends are over from with friends from Germany and somebody's coming over for a week, they're not staying with me, they're not staying with my family, but there is a possibility of us doing something together, so just to let them know. And then when I've got a barbecue, just so I've got an idea of when I might be going places, so that I can look at that in my weekly budget. And obviously any birthdays that I've got this month is on there as well. So we shall have a look at this week. So we can see this here. We'll move this down a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. And that's my money gone on the floor. So my salary this month was actually a little bit more than what I was expecting. It was actually 1803 and 9 pence. This is due to the change in the national insurance contributions. So it was the best part of £30. It wasn't what I was expecting, so I thought, great, I've got an extra £29 something to play with. As you'll see, my unbudgeted comes to way more than that as we go down. So I haven't put any side income into this, and I haven't put any savings in, because my idea is that unless I have to do that, I don't want to. So that gives me a total income for this week as the 1803 and 9 pence. Now all of the direct debits that I expected to go out all went out, which was great. The only difference that I can see is this: my life insurance has gone up. So instead of it being £90.39, it was actually £98.15. As I said before, this is something that I am going to look into, because it is creeping up, and I'm not being funny, but the best part of £100 a month is just way too expensive for me at the moment. So that is something that I am going to start looking at as soon as possible. The only other thing I think went up is the television licence. It's gone from £12.47 to £13.25. I don't know whether that's a normal increase. It's not something I was expecting, but it's a television licence, and as much as I don't use it all that much, I'd rather have it than not, just because I'd rather not have £1,000 fine just for being able to watch iPlayer. Other than that, everything else went out exactly as it was, which left us with a total bills of £1,044.08 this week, instead of the £1,035.54 that we were expecting. So it was a little bit more, which left us not too bad in the way of, because I got extra in my wage slip, it actually left me with £759 and a penny, which is more than the £737.74 thought we were going to have. So that then takes us on to the variable expenses. And that's where we start looking at my planner. So we'll turn back to July, just because that's when that starts, and I will attempt at some point to find the coins that I've collected, that I've now dropped lovely on the floor on top of a bag, so I'm gonna have to search for that in a second. So on the 28th I went out for a meal, and because there's nothing in my date night / social envelope at the moment, I decided to take it out for food. This was rather than do what I have done in the past, which is my mum's paid for it and then I've paid her back later, because I figured that paying it out of the food this week is better than just paying her back as family debt at the beginning of next month budget. So that's where that came out of. That came out of my food budget. All of my direct debits obviously came out as expected. On the Friday, so Diva is a theatre company. I know the people that own the company, they're friends of mine, and I do know people in the cast of the show that they were putting on this week. And so me and my boyfriend decided to go and see that show. So we bought the tickets, but obviously I have no budget for shows. For anybody that doesn't know, and you probably won't know, one of my sidelines and my hobbies is actually amateur dramatics. So I take part in plays and musicals and all that sort of thing. I haven't really done anything. I've not got anything on at the moment. I've only done one show since COVID. That was just a normal play. That was back in May. But I do love to go to the theatre. Having friends in the theatre, obviously I like to go see their shows as well. So I have actually decided to start a sinking fund for shows. This is for tickets to see shows, the travel to get there, programmes, because as you'll see on the Saturday, I actually did spend a little bit on drinks, a programme, and parking to actually get to actually park at the theatre. So I'm actually going to start that and add that to my sinking funds, just because I think in future that I'm always going to go see shows. It's a social thing for me. I go with friends and I go with family, so I'm going to need money to put aside for things like that. So that's what this unbudgeted spend is. I then spent my spending money in WH Smith's at work, so that's what that was for. On the Saturday we went to see the matinee performance, so I bought some drinks. It was only at the local town hall, so it wasn't expensive, but I did buy drinks for £3, a programme for £4, and the parking was £2, all of which was obviously unbudgeted spends. I do go to Slimming World, so part of my spending money went towards the little hi-fi bars that they sell there, so that's what that is, and obviously a food spend of about £24. That was a little bit less than 24, but I forgot to get a receipt and I can't remember how much I spent, so I just rounded it up to 24 because I thought that would make it. And obviously all of my direct debits that I was expecting to go out by that point had gone out. On the Sunday, again, I went to Morrison's because it was my friend's anniversary. They've been having a little bit of a tough time of it at the minute, so I actually went and bought a bottle of Jaeger, which was £17. I did have £10 in the gift envelope that I'd obviously stuffed this week, so I took £10 towards it, and the rest obviously unbudgeted because I had no further sinking fund for that. And I also bought something else at Morrison's just for £1, which came out of my food envelope. I actually didn't go food shopping until yesterday, which is probably why I've ended up doing what I've done, but I'll show you that. So came to the 1st of August, and Sainsbury's was a bunch of flowers, also for my friend's anniversary. Unfortunately, my friend's mother-in-law passed away on the same day, so that was that. But obviously that came under unbudgeted because I haven't got anything left in my gifts envelope. And I bought a treat with my food budget from Aldi. Again, the direct debits came out, and also Card Factory. That was obviously an anniversary card, and unfortunately a sympathy card that I bought from there, but I've just put it under the wrong day. And then yesterday I did my big food shop, which wasn't as big as what I was thinking it was going to be, because I was trying to be very careful. So I got what I'd got on my list plus a couple of extras, so it didn't come to its usual £80 odd, but it did still come to like £51 something, and I didn't have enough left in my food envelope because I'd spent it on things like a restaurant. So I took some of that money out of my fuel budget, mainly because I only filled up just before payday, so I didn't need that money to fill my tank this week. I was going to roll it over and make sure that I've got the same amount for next week. There's not quite enough, but as you'll see when I do my cash stuff in, I've sort of looked at that to try and keep my as much in budget as I possibly can without too many unbudgeted spends. And then today has been a no spend day. Yay! So that's one off my 14 that I want. So that is what happened with my week. So in total, bring this over now, I used the entirety of my food budget, so all £100 was used. My fuel budget, I should have more different amount, but I actually have £26.74 is what I should have. I don't have that. I have like £22 something, so I've obviously spent a fiver somewhere, or near enough a fiver, without realising it. But I'm gonna put the notes that I've got left towards my budget next week, and the pennies will go into my the coins will go into my penny jar in my penny savings challenge. So we've worked it out. So this will work it out itself out somewhere. So that is actually what I've spent. The £26.74 is what I've actually spent. And then out of my spending, obviously £15 of that went into my savings dice challenge, and then with what I spent, I actually spent a total of £19.14, and then unfortunately my unbudgeted spends came to £65.15, more than I wanted. But looking at actually what I've spent money on, I'd do it again. You know, it was a present, mainly presents for a friend, or friends, my friend and her husband whose mum's passed away, just something to show them that I'm thinking of them and to hopefully put a little bit of a smile on their face. And at the end of the day, money can't buy that, you know, so I'm happy enough to do that as an unbudgeted. Ignore this little bit here because I wasn't really quite sure where to put the fact that I'd spent sinking funds, so I wrote it on there and then decided that that wasn't a good idea, so we'll just ignore that line. I really need to get myself some erasable pens, I'll be honest. So the total of my variable expenses came to £211.03 this week, which left us with £547.89. That is obviously less by about £20 than the £567.74 that I was expecting to have. My emergency fund, we put, as you saw earlier in the week, we stuffed £20 into that and £10 into gifts. Obviously that £10 has gone, that's been spent. And then I've already counted up my pennies from my penny savings challenge, and there's £3, not £300, £3.15, which is going to go into my penny savings challenge, which you'll see in a little bit. So in total, instead of the £30, obviously was £33.15, which left us with £514.83, less than what we were expecting, but that's not new. And then my extra debt. So I paid the £39 that I owed to family on payday, so that's paid off. My overdraft, I was expecting it to be about £2. Now the reason I do £2 a week is because in the past what I've actually done is taken most of the money out of my account and just put in what I needed for that week. I've realised that that's actually a detriment, because the more into my overdraft I am, the more my overdraft charges me. So in previous months it's been like £1 something. As you can see, I've only had 2 charges of 27p this week, 27p in total, so that's given me a little bit extra. I will still budget for the £2 every week because you just never know, and I'd rather have a little bit more than not enough. So that was that, and I paid £100 onto my credit card. My credit card pot is a Monzo pot, so I just transferred that straight over to my Monzo pot when I got paid. So that gave us a total of £139.27, and obviously that leaves us with £375.56. It doesn't, because I've got this in my, between the money that I've got out for my cash envelopes and what I've got left in my bank accounts, it's £424.31. I don't know what I've done there. It possibly may work itself out. The further down the month we go, it may not. I don't know. If you can kind of work it out, let me know. For anybody that's wondering about these highlights, I have 2 different accounts. So I have an account that used to be a joint account when I lived with my cousin. When we stopped living together, obviously she came out of that and I was left with the account, and so I do use it for certain things to come out. Most things come out of one account, but I do have the 2, so I have money transferred over to the other account every payday, and some of my direct debits do actually come out of that. So that's why there's 2 different colours. It's just reminding me which account it's come out of. So that is this. So that's this week. That has been sorted. So what I have left is little bits in spending, food and fuel. I will have to go and find my pennies after this because they are now somewhere on the floor. So what I'm going to do is, I'd already sorted out that what there was left in my penny savings. So I'm just going to take these and actually put them to one side until I find what I've done with it. So obviously spending is empty. They're all empty now, but I'm actually got £20. I'll just zoom you back out a little bit. £20 left in notes from my fuel envelope. I'm gonna leave those in and then put the £20 in when I cash stuff. because once that's in, it'll give me 40, which is nearer to the £50 I normally put in when I fill it. But I probably will need to fill the tank this week, so we'll put that to one side and see how we go with that, just so that I can do a full top up when I need it. Once it gets to about half, I'm going to fill that. And obviously the food is empty because, let's be honest, I spent it all. So I'm going to sort those out obviously when I do my cash stuffing video, so they're to one side. This week I've only got two, bring the budget sheet in. So I've only got, obviously this is the rollover that we've actually got. So I've only got two direct debits that I'm expecting to go out this week, which is my house insurance and my prescription charge money. Other than that, I've got what I'm going to put stuff in my binders and my sinking funds, and I'm not expecting anything else to really go out. I've got no plans tomorrow except to go to my boyfriend's. Not sure what we're going to have for tea yet, but if needs be, I've got my food budget for that. On Friday we are going to see some friends, but not expecting to spend anything there. And then I don't think there's anything that I'm actually doing next week. So hopefully we can stop the unbudgeted and maybe like sort of backtrack a little bit, and try and we can try and pull back the money that's obviously rolled over, because I would like to not have to use my credit card this month and to not have to pull anything out of savings, but we shall have to see whether or not that comes true or not. The one thing I did want to ask, if anybody has got any idea, is that the parking. I wondered where people normally pay that money from. It's very rare that I go anywhere with parking. I don't tend to go into town a lot, supermarket shopping and things. That may change now that I'm trying to do mostly cash. But do people like have a sinking fund? Does it come out of their fuel envelope? You know, just kind of give me an idea of where you would normally take that money from. Obviously it came down as an unbudgeted spend for me this week, but yes. So the last thing I want to do is pull out my penny challenge. So, and I have got £3.15 left in my out of my change from this week. So £3.15, there we go. Just cross that one off, if you can see that actually because of the shine. But yeah, so that's the £3.15. I will put the coins into the coin jar, which is this lovely thing that I got. It's getting quite heavy. But yeah, so this is my sort of coin jar at the minute. I took out the notes that were part of my 3-month challenge so that I can try and keep it separate. I haven't reset this, so my plan is that once I've finally finished that 3-month challenge that's taking way longer than 3 months, I'm going to reset this and put all the coins through so that it should be around about the right amount for what's in it, because at the moment it's completely wrong. Because I've taken the notes out, it says I've got like £209.69. Obviously there isn't that in there. I wish there was, but I think it'd be a hell of a lot heavier if not. So that is me done this week. I think my next video will be a cash stuffing. I will try and get this video up tonight, and I will do the cash stuffing video and try and upload that tomorrow. So hopefully that will be a Wednesday video and a Thursday video this week. Other than that, I haven't got any plans to do any other videos this week, unless there is any other kinds of videos that you want. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything particular that you want me to do video wise. I am thinking of doing a debt one, just to kind of show you and myself exactly what my debt is at this point, but I don't know whether I dare. I don't know whether I want to see the number, never mind anything else. But if it's something that people would like to see, then I will look at doing that. Other than that, I will leave you alone because it's now been 25 minutes of me yabbering on. And I will see you in the next one, which will be my cash stuffing. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.